Well, TJ Wilson and Billy Kidman are playing the new Smackdown vs. Raw 2009. And joining us here on a video version of the Stranglehold is our friend from THQ. You finally get to see him. B-Dub, it's Bryan Williams. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How you doing?
We're doing good, and as people can see, the new game looks phenomenal. And, of course, it's going to be out in stores November 9th, just about a week away.
Yeah, I'm excited. Over almost a year's worth of work, finally done. This box this sucker up and put on the store shelves. I can't wait for people to get their hands on it.
Yeah. And as we look at some of the features, and I want to get into some of the things we've talked about and some of the things that seem kind of new today, but let's start beginning 60% faster on the loading. You guys put it up there, a video presentation of Smackdown versus Raw 2008 versus 09, 62% faster, unbelievable.
Yeah, I work at THQ, and I know the difference between last year's and this year's. But even seeing that side by side, it was like damn, we had lows that bad last year. It really sucked. So the lows this year, we've done a remarkable job. I should say you've done a remarkable job of greatly reducing that time in between to get into a match. So like I said, this is the end-all to be-all Smackdown versus Raw games.
Now, as we're watching, it looks like Kofi's in the ring with Undertaker against
the Divas.
Who are the two Divas? Yeah,
Candice and Kelly.
Candice and Kelly.
That doesn't look like a fair fight.
One of the things that stood out to me is the fact that you guys always upgrade the graphics, but just looking in the eyes of the wrestlers, you get them. There's a more lifelike feel to the eyes. They're really looking back.
Yeah, they have that natural, humanistic glint to the eyes instead of that marble look, which I think a lot of games suffer with. As the graphics get better and better in these games, I think the eyes is the toughest part to really capture and make it look like these guys are alive in a sense.
Right.
So you did a remarkable job this year.
Yeah, remarkable job on that, and a very cool feature I think people are going to enjoy is the replay feature.
Yeah.
You did a demonstration on that earlier too. You can create your very own highlight reel.
Yeah, that was something that I was. It's my favorite mode in the game this year. When you look at WWE, you're always seeing replays and highlights of people's their best moves and how good they are. And people have always asked us about an instant replay feature, so we've kind of given them both this year. Not only do you have instant replay, you can save that replay, save a bunch of them, and piece them all together and create your very own highlight reel. Post it online, share it for the world, and have people rate it and judge it. So it's exciting.
Really, people can rate it and judge it. And the other thing that was cool is you could use different camera angles. When you pulled out, you had everything on freeze frame, but you could go around the arena with like a 360 camera to adjust your highlights.
Yeah. That's one thing cool about it too, is that you really can get your Martin Scorsese, your Steven Spielberg on, and really direct the shot and get that frame the shot exactly how you want it. So and it's all about the more time you spend with it, the better your reels will become. You'll download other people's reels. And you'll see stuff that you didn't even think about doing. Like, oh, that was a good idea, adding that filter right there or that graphic right there. So it's exciting. It's really, really, really exciting.
Really, really exciting. You guys announced some more of the names that are in the game, Hornswoggle being among them, and apparently that's a big request you guys have had?
Yeah, people have been asking us for Hornswoggle for a while, especially since with how prominent a role he has on television these days. But I should say, he's in the game, but he's only in the game as a manager.
Okay.
You cannot actually control Hornswoggle. I don't want people buying the game thinking that Hornswoggle is playable. He's in the game. He's a manager. He does a lot of cool stuff, but you cannot play him against Finley.
Gotcha. And if I understand correctly, there's going to be maybe some additions here down the line, some downloadable content sort of stuff?
We are going to be supporting downloadable content for the first time in franchise history.
Which has been, I know, a huge thing. People are like, oh, because you have to start so early on the game that things change. But now, people will be able to update after they get the game.
Exactly, and that's what downloadable content, that's what it gives us, is because we do have to work so far ahead. The downloadable content is just that extra tool that for us to make sure our game is as up to date as possible. So I can't really go into the content that will be available for download, but suffice it to say, it's something the fans are really going to get a kick out of. And
I'd say especially fans in St. Louis will probably be especially excited.
I think so. I think that's a very safe assumption to make, yes.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, we know come January, Stranglehold's back up on the air.
Yeah.
One of the very first guests we're going to have is B-Dub in the house, so you can get that live feedback session with everybody that I know you love.
I would love that.
Because it'll be time to be, when January rolls around, how far along are you going to be on 2010?
The question you're asking is how far along are you on 2010 now? It's fun, though. Wouldn't trade what I do for anything.
All right,
I really am blessed to be in the position that I am and doing what I'm doing. I mean, I love wrestling. I love it. And the guys that I've had a chance to meet, like, I mean, you mentioned Billy Kidman, TJ Wilson, you know, the future WWE right here. So, I mean, it's fantastic. I love it.
Well, we always love the time you spend with us. Great job on the game again. I know that the wrestling fans, the gamers out there are going to absolutely love Smackdown vs. Raw 2009, November 9th.
November 9th.
Is the street date. And as we talked about down the road, we'll have you on for the customary feedback session. Everybody will have a good chance to play the game after the holidays and get it all in, and then we'll get it all rolling for 2010.
Yeah. I can't wait. To be my honor. I love coming on your show.
There you go. B-Dub, it's video. We finally get to see them on, right?
No, this is awesome, man. This is awesome.